Hi, everyone. I thought I'd answer some more of your questions and read back weird messages. Be sure to check the description to go to specific questions if needed. Would you ever want short hair? And get rid of all this? Probably not. Well, having this long hair can be rather annoying, I have to admit. I have thought about just shaving it all off, but I like it. But just wish it wasn't such a nuisance at times. I certainly keep it up if I'm not going anywhere. What would you consider to be your perfect dream date? Ooh, well, let's say probably something very nice. I could care less about the whole going out to eat or some other place thing. Just skip that and go straight to the bed. I'm joking. Usually I would only go out on a date with someone I really knew well, and I would want that to be some fun activities. I would really love for it to be late at night and looking up at the stars. Have you ever been recognized in real life? No, I never have, or at least no one has ever approached me by saying that they knew who I am. I'm sure it'll come someday, but I don't really go out many places. If money were not an issue, where would you move to and live anywhere in the world? And why would you live there? I've always wanted to visit Japan since I find that to be a fascinating place. However, I can't say if I would want to live there since I've never visited. Otherwise, just a nice place here in the United States. Where is your favorite place to shop? Amazon.com. Yes, I do. I do much of my shopping online on Amazon, and it's where I get a decent amount of my things. I've also found some really interesting things on Etsy as well. Do you talk to your subscribers? Have you made any friends over YouTube? Yes, I've made quite a few friends from YouTube. Actually, all my friends are those that have connected with me from viewing my videos. Being so young and having led a relatively sheltered life due to your own circumstances, how is it that you understand so many things about life? I can comprehend quite a bit about life due to experiencing various things and observation. While I may not have all the experience with the things I discuss, I have an idea that I form from my observation of others and how they react in addition to the information coming to me without me really even learning about it. Do you like art? If yes, what kind of art do you like the most? I love all art of all kinds. Creativity is what attracts me to someone. I like drawings and paintings, music, designing and crafting, and the list goes on since I love all creativity. Do you believe in the existence of supernatural entities such as ghosts, spirits, demons, angels? If so, have you personally experienced any encounters with otherworldly forces? Yes, absolutely. I know these things exist, despite not seeing them or having really much of any experiences with them. I personally find it interesting that people don't believe. I mean, the universe is so vast, and there is no possible way us humans know all there is to know about this world. So it would only be realistic to think that there are other things out there. My own experience is very limited. The only real times I recall is when I was a teenager. I saw some shadow figures out of the corner of my eyes. Once when I walked into my bedroom, I saw this dark, tall, and thin figure over in the corner, and I thought it was my grandmother, despite her not matching those proportions. I looked over and was about to ask, "What are you doing in here?" Still thinking it was my grandmother, but there was nothing there. Another time was when I was getting ready for school in the morning. It was completely dark outside in spring, and my bedroom window was open on the second floor. I heard very clearly a little girl outside the window call my name in a way that was questioning. I froze and turned the lights on and ran downstairs to my grandmother because I was freaked out. What are your thoughts on psychedelic drugs and marijuana? Do you think it can help people with mental problems? Yes, it absolutely can help, but this isn't the only means and shouldn't be to help one overcome problems since you can never replace the most important one, which is learning to cope without the use of external substances. I actually did a video about psychoactive and psychedelic drugs or spiritual drugs that goes into much more detail in this area. I'll have an annotation and a link in the description if you are interested. What I do have a problem with is when drugs are relied upon for coping or an addiction. I've heard from so many people that marijuana is not addictive and it doesn't cause poor judgment and all this other nonsense. I think usually the people who would say this are those that use it and or are perhaps addicted. It may not necessarily be chemically addictive, but your mind becomes addicted to the feeling you get by doing it. It can cause poor judgment if you are not doing it for the correct reasons. When you do it to get high or get stoned, I think that lingo speaks for itself, that the reason for you taking the substance is not that of positive intent. If, however, you use it to temporarily aid you in getting to a point where you don't need it or use it in moderation, and your intention is to better yourself and your life and your awareness instead of escaping a negative existence, then you've set a positive intention for yourself. So that's why it's important when using any substance to help with mental health problems, since it can easily be abused. Using it to better yourself, learn about yourself, and get to a higher vibrational state, positive. Using it to escape your life and your reality, negative. I pretended to have mental health issues. I've mostly overcome that after I realized that I did, but I still have the wish to start it again. Do you have any idea how to finally get rid of it? If you're pretending, then it's often for what reason? Why are you pretending? Perhaps you are looking for sympathy, attention, or perhaps a reason for something you experience but don't want to show. First, figure out why it is you are doing this and learn to cope with the reason in a different way. If you are doing it for sympathy, that can be because you feel inadequate. Learn to build confidence with yourself and you will feel worthy and not require that sympathy from others to make you feel better. How are you sure if you are transgender? I think I'm male to female, but fully transitioning seems extremely scary and confusing. Any advice? Well, I don't know if one can ever really know. I even questioned myself at times and thought, am I really transgender, or was it because of the abuse and neglect I endured as a child that has made me feel this way? I feel this way. Does it matter? No, not really. Ultimately, you should do what makes you feel comfortable. You don't have to fully transition to feel like yourself and be confident. Perhaps you prefer a bit of an androgynous look, or perhaps bigender or gender fluid. I am soon about to get my SRS completed and wanted to know what advice you would give for recovery time. Recovery time varies. It'll certainly take a good 3 to 6 months for you to feel pretty good, and at least a year for pretty much all swelling and soreness to be pretty much gone. I know I healed quickly, but developed other problems years after surgery. So it depends on your age, the food you eat, and how well your body can handle the major surgery. Give your body plenty of nutrients and exercise, and it'll greatly help the healing process. Weird message time. The first is, I'm weird, but this person is the weirdest. Yes, and you don't even know the half of it. What is up with your voice? Guessing you have a penis. Maybe. I might have in the past. I have a boner. Is that okay? Strange situation. What are you going to do with that boner? I want whatever she's on. It's a magic pill called life. GTA 5. I'm behind you. Literally. Turn around. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Apparently, sitting on the toilet drives her crazy. Sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet. And now flush. OMG, is this the chick, the girl from The Ring? Or The Grudge? I don't know if I should be scared or turned on. A little bit of both is only natural around me. Speaking of trauma and abuse, have you looked in the mirror lately? Your very appearance is an abusive disturbance. Oh, gothic is a disorder. I know. I've been living with it since late 2012. This video contains as many personalities as real eyebrows. None! What is up with your eyebrows? They are very scary. Why am I scared to seeing your eyes? Because I look directly into the person's soul when talking. I can see you right now on your phone, in your room, listening to me talk. Yes, I'm talking about you, Christina, Adam, Melissa, even you, Greg, and all the others out there. Warning, looking into this woman's eyes too long will pull you in and make you a slave to her power. Don't look into her eyes. I feel really uncomfortable sitting here and watching a panda talk. You know who posted this? Paula Dean. Girl, look at you with them red eyes. You're looking good, girl. Get all the pans out of the kitchen and takes them to bed. We're gonna be having some fun tonight. So, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.